Safety by COVID-19 or COVID-19 imposing tyranny. Hi, I'm Ty, and I'm ecstatic that you clicked on this video today, and I'm glad you can join me. If you love me or hate me, I love you regardless. Some of you are in your home right now in fear of the coronavirus. Will I be the next victim of coronavirus? My medical bills are daunting me. My credit card bills, I still need food. I'm out of work. And the bills just keep coming. What do I do to survive in a time like this? Unemployment is skyrocketing. But after all, I'm safe, right? Let me ask you a question. If an individual armed came into your home with the intention of killing you, and you had two options: fight the attacker, assuming you have no weapons or any way of defending you, or you know an escape route, your bedroom window, which you're very close to, but it's 2 stories, you're going into 10-degree weather, and there's snow outside. What do you choose? 2 seconds. Now, I'm going to assume that if you don't have a death wish, you're going to take your chances with that window and jumping out because you don't want your life to be in imminent danger. What you did in that hypothetical scenario is called prioritizing, a useful skill to make a better decision. And if you don't know how to make better decisions, I'll drop the link right below to another video of mine of making better decisions now, becoming an individual. In that moment, I gave you all the facts in that hypothetical scenario, and you prioritized what would be the best decision to make with the information that you had. Fair? Well, let's look at the actual facts of COVID-19 right now. And even if you believe me in everything that I'm saying, I don't want you to. I want you to be an investigative journalist, because it's important that each of us as individuals are, because we never know what the intention of someone is that is giving us information. So I'm going to drop some links below, and I'm going to do a little bit of investigative journalism myself. So I am on the CDC website, updated as of April 12th, 2020, and it reads here that there is 20,486 deaths due to coronavirus in the USA. But next to the asterisk, and we have to read the asterisk, of course, it reads data includes both confirmed and presumptive positive cases of COVID-19 reported to the CDC or tested at CDC since January 21st, 2020, with the exception of testing results for persons repatriated to the United States from Wuhan, China, and Japan. But here's what I really want to focus on. This part right here, presumptive positive cases. The data includes both confirmed and presumptive positive cases. What does presumptive mean exactly? Well, presumptive means it's based on probability or presumption. Now, here's the deep concern for me with that. Let's look at the symptoms. Let's look at the symptoms for coronavirus. See, I'll pull the link up here. The symptoms of coronavirus says that these symptoms may appear 2 to 14 days after exposure, based on the incubation period of MERS-CoV viruses. And I'm still on the CDC website. It says the symptoms are fever, cough, shortness of breath. And if you develop emergency warning signs for COVID-19, get medical attention immediately. Emergency warning signs include trouble breathing, persistent pain or pressure in the chest, new confusion or inability to arouse, bluish lips or face, which kind of are consistent with the trouble breathing. These are symptoms that can come or can become due to the fact that you have trouble breathing, like bluish lips or face, which kind of determines that you may be hypoxic, meaning lack of oxygen to the brain, and blood flow, which causes your face or your lips to look blue. So let's keep going here. Let's look at the flu symptoms as well. I'm open another window here. Flu symptoms. Still on the CDC website, guys. And I'm going to leave all these links down in the description. Flu signs and symptoms usually come on suddenly. People who are sick with flu often feel some or all of these symptoms. It says fever, cough, sore throat, runny or stuffy nose, muscle body aches, headaches, fatigue. Some people may have vomiting and diarrhea, though that's more common in children and adults. Let's learn more. I want to learn more about this. Let's see here. Flu symptoms, possible complications. It just goes over the same things we just read, guys. And let's look at the emergency warning signs of the flu, which include the symptoms that flu can also potentially have. And it also takes consideration that the list isn't all inclusive. But in children and adults, you could have difficulty breathing or shortness of breath. Fast breathing, trouble breathing, difficulty breathing, or shortness of breath. Now, that is very interesting, because what we're saying when we have these presumptive cases is we're saying, hey, doc, just make the call. If he or she dies and the patient has these type of COVID symptoms, which is somewhat vague and can fit into other illnesses like the flu, let's label it COVID related. So wait, Ty, are you saying that maybe these numbers could be fluffed? Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I respect the doctors, but I don't think they're infallible or don't make mistakes. And if I'm being honest with you guys, it's kind of hard not to make these type of mistakes. I mean, look how close these symptoms are. If someone dies and has, quote unquote COVID-19 symptoms, and we're increasing the number based on presumption, it gives us more fear. It makes us think that this thing is sweeping the nation worse than it actually is. Here's what's actually affecting the population more than the coronavirus, and try hard not to bash me, because I'm not saying that this thing isn't serious. But what I am saying is that we need to have our priorities in check. The numbers are potentially getting fluffed by the CDC, by the standards of the CDC in the United States. Unemployment has hit a record high, and 1.7 million people have lost their jobs just in the month of March alone. State governments are suspending our constitutional rights in the name of safety. The First Amendment, and I quote, "Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment, a religion, or the right of the people to peaceably assemble." Enter Pastor Tony Spell, Louisiana pastor who was arrested and charged for violating a stay-at-home order. Now, I am not religious by any means, but I do know that Isaiah 54:17 says, "No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper." And for many Christians, that is a way of life for them. A thought that if God wants me to have coronavirus and it is in his will, I will have it anyways. If Mr. Spells and his church consensually together want to risk having the coronavirus, is it up to the government to stop it? Should the government be protecting people from themselves? Well, that sounds a bit controlling. Or is it because the government wants to protect a select few people that think like them and separate them from the people who do not? If people are enacting their will over others with no regard to how they think, is this not tyranny? If not, then what is? If these churchgoers are truly a threat to our society, then that would mean that our social distancing and staying 6 feet apart and wearing those dust masks to Walmart and Target as we do our daily shopping must not really be that effective anyways. If you are truly concerned about the coronavirus, when you step out your front door, wouldn't the smartest thing to do would be to treat everyone as if they had the coronavirus anyways? A government historically has always wanted some form of control, and I believe it will keep implementing laws continuously to root out the ones that will not comply with tyranny and demand that they be allowed to think differently and not within the confines of a box, until there is a very small percentage that will comply, no matter the rules that are imposed upon them. What are the intentions here when governments, or more precisely people within the government, are willing to violate our constitutional rights that have been afforded to us at the time of our birth? The Constitution was created to expressly limit the power of the government. After all, Americans had just finished a war 4 years prior to the signing of this Constitution, so surely they did not want to be under tyrannical rule again. If tyranny was wrapped in the cloak of safety, would you be able to recognize it? Or does our government just really care deeply about us and want to keep us all safe and make sure we are protected? Safety or tyranny? I'll let you decide. Thanks for watching.